right, so I just finished my 3-month sabbatical, midlife crisis, kind of whatever you want to call it. So I guess here are a couple thoughts on it and the cost and kind of everything. So I'm back now in like Portland or Brush Prairie, staying at my sister's spot. Her family's actually in like Morocco right now, or Spain maybe. So I'm just staying there. They got a gym and sauna. It's kind of a home run situation. Obviously it would be great if they're there, but so yeah, hanging out for probably about 2 weeks total before I moved to Thailand. Joined the Peace Corps as a youth and development officer. Didn't actually get approved to go until today's like December 30th. Got approved December 20th. Leave January 4th, 2024. So it's kind of touch and go there till the end, but pumped it's gonna work out. So yeah, so I'm here for like 2 weeks playing at pickleball every day, just gym, sauna, tie up a couple loose ends. I don't really have too many loose ends to tie up. Before I took off on this trip, I pretty much sold everything, and I mean, everything I own is in like a large bag and a couple backpacks, computer and a phone, some clothes, toiletries. So yeah, hanging, seeing a couple buddies. This sabbatical was pretty sweet. Actually, initially my back was a little injured, so I held off on traveling. Stayed in California like a week longer than expected. Tried to do Whitney, came like half a mile short. Too much snow, like 2 feet of fresh snow. I was in trail running shoes. Still an epic hike, so much fun with Orlando. And then just kind of slowly worked my way up to Oregon, just hitting a bunch of natural hot springs along the way. One, because they're beautiful, and two, because I was hoping it'd help my back. That and a bunch of stretches. By the way, this is Molten Falls. It's out in like battleground. It's a beautiful 2.5 mile trail out and back along this river. It's kind of a home run near my sister's place. Made my way up to Oregon, stayed in Oregon a couple weeks, kind of just waiting on the back. And because I wanted to go down to South America and hit Patagonia, waiting for the weather to get better. You know, beginning of November, end of October. You know, it's still it's like spring, so it's still pretty cold. But I kind of fell in love with Oregon for the 2 weeks I was up here. Hit Forest Park a ton. My mom's friend had a condo available for me to use in the Pearl. It's incredible. So that was a great start. It was just loving Oregon and it being dry and hitting Forest Park like a ton. That was super fun. And then started with Chile, a couple days in Santiago, which, like, if I'm being honest, Santiago was fine, but I'd never go back. I wouldn't recommend anyone go there. You know, it was a Plaza de Armas, you know, a couple nice churches, a couple places to run. They were dealing with some like motorcycle theft issues, like people on motorcycles would steal people's cell phones. I didn't have any problems, but I don't know, I just wasn't super pumped on Santiago. And when I flew down to Osorno and just started the trip, like, Chile was fine. Like, again, honestly, I'll probably never go back. If I do Patagonia again and further south, I'll just do Argentina stuff. But I stayed in the Lakes District, which is like northern Patagonia. The highlight of Chile was definitely Termas de Puyahine. It's this lake. Had this just, I mean, it was like 120 a night. It was worth double that. Most incredible natural hot springs. It was beautiful. I only went there because the border to Argentina was closed because of like high winds. First day in Chile, got hailed on. Yeah, I don't know. Northern Patagonia, Chile side, you know, beautiful. Some nice stuff out there. Did some good hikes for sure. Most local riding was solid. Argentina, I'd be like Argentina in a second. The people, the food, the nature was better, the hiking. Super pumped on Argentina. Bariloche in particular. Loved that. Patagonia felt like raw and unforgiving. I remember feeling once on the bike, just like, hey, if something happens out here, it's like not good. Like it gets cold at night, especially that time of year. I saw foxes just kind of running around. It just felt raw and unforgiving. It's kind of hard to describe. It's more of a feeling. I mean, it's desolate and beautiful, but it was pretty wild. Argentina was sweet, for sure. I think the favorite hike that whole trip, there was one in Chile that was really good, but Cerro Lau in Bariloche was pretty cool. And then from there, went to Rio, Barca de Tiajuco, pronouncing that wrong. It's the neighborhood south of all the like popular party towns and right by the national park. So I just did like every hike out there. I went hang gliding, which like looks and sounds cool maybe, but it was fine. Like, I guess I'm glad I did it. I would never do it again. Got a little air sick up there. Wasn't really like an adrenaline rush. Beautiful views, I guess, of Rio. The highlight of Rio, hands down, for sure, was Pedra de Gavia. It's just an incredible hike. Not that long, super steep through the jungle, some scrambly sections. Most people do it with a guide and get harnessed up because there's like a rock climbing section. I didn't. I saw a group when I was there, paid the guide like $3. He just let me use the rope. No harness or anything, but I mean, it wasn't that sketchy. But that just was like, that hike was sweet. Pedra de Gavia, definitely my favorite hike out there. It was like 6 days in Rio, a lot of traffic. Just did a lot of moto taxis. I mean, glad I went for sure. That hike was killer, but like, I don't party, so, Rio, maybe not the best spot for me. Even the quiet, nice area, party vibe was strong. From there, went to Italy, Rome for a few days, which I love Italy. And Rome was just, it's obviously spectacular. You go on a walk, you turn a corner, and it's the Trevi Fountain, another corner, Pantheon. It's just like, it's all right there. It's just interlaced with the city, which is incredible. But it's just 100% tourism, which is fine. I was a tourist too, I get it. And after like a day and a half, I'm not a museum guy. Like, I'm just, maybe I'm ignorant, or for sure I am, I guess. But like, I just don't care. I'm just not that into it. So after I kind of saw the main stuff, like the highlight of Rome was renting a Ducati, this like monster 937, and just checking out all these natural hot springs all over up north near Tuscany. And that was fun. I don't love Ducatis. It sounded incredible. Sounds lame to say, but like they really do sound great. Then took a bullet train up to Milan to link up with a buddy of mine up there, which was great to see him. Haven't seen him in forever, and his family, and he's doing well and happy and healthy. And Milan was actually cool. The Duomo, I guess I did go into that church/museum. Did some stuff up there that was cool. His life is so different. He's got 2 kids. The one was like sick. They're in a small condo. It's just, middle of the night, he's like walking to his car to like sleep with one of his kids because the other kid's coughing. It's just like, this is horrifying. But like, he's super pumped. It's great seeing him. After Italy, it was right to the Philippines, which surprised me because I'm not a beach guy or like an island guy. And that's kind of what the Philippines is known for. And I'm convinced the friendliest people, small sample size, haven't been everywhere, didn't spend a lot of time everywhere. But the Thais, the Filipinos, and the Kiwis have to be just like the 3 nicest groups of people on planet Earth. And I've heard that the Filipinos are super nice, but like, it's incredible. And the beaches and nature out there is insane. Coron, super underdeveloped little town and an island. Like, the limestone cliffs, the turquoise water, the lagoons. That place was incredible. It's in the middle of nowhere. I stayed a little south of El Nido in Palawan. which was good because El Nido's just like people trying to sell you stuff every second of the day, and that beach isn't that nice. And then Boracay, like I almost didn't go to Boracay because it was like, oh, it's super touristy. What am I going to do there? White Beach at Boracay is, I mean, I get it. It's like rated like one of the nicest beaches in the world, and it should be. I mean, I fell in love with the Philippines. It was incredible out there. Loved it. And then from there, New Zealand, which is another just, I mean, I remember when I started this, my thought was like, oh, I'm just gonna like keep heading east till I hit New Zealand in December. Like that was the mindset and goal. And Queenstown and 3 hours any direction of Queenstown, which is where I spent all my time, was absolutely incredible. Every square inch was just natural beauty, nicest people. It's definitely the adventure capital of the world as far as I'm concerned. I've never seen more opportunity to do. I did bungee jumping, jet sprint boat, massive hikes, played some pickleball, went to the pub with the Kiwis after some pickleball. Sold on New Zealand. I mean, it's like light from 5:15 a.m. to like 9:45 p.m. in the summer. Okay. I mean, I could go back there in a heartbeat. I'd want to check out Christchurch and spend more time in Auckland because New Zealand's in the middle of nowhere, but like I could probably live out there. At least in the summer. I don't know what I do in the winter. You gotta think that through more. But New Zealand was incredible. So after New Zealand, where like literally every square inch of every second of every moment was just natural beauty. Like it's not like you drive somewhere and it's beautiful, just like everything is always beautiful. Purple flowers blooming. Everything was gold and green and bright and alive. Just like perfect. To break up the trip back to the West Coast, I stopped in Hawaii, which I've been to a few times, but like not really recently, I guess. Oahu. I was going to spend like a decent amount of time out there and try to do a bunch of hikes, but there's just tons of rain. So that was tough. And then right when I landed, the first thing I had to do was get my like 400th COVID shot for the Peace Corps. And like the closest drugstore that did that, I didn't know this because I don't really know Honolulu that well, but like was not in that good of a neighborhood. So like after New Zealand, you go to Hawaii, which is like, incredible, obviously. And just like boarded up buildings, homeless people, street walkers. I mean, like, it was like super questionable and like not nice. And then it rained like on and off kind of the whole time I was there. I just cut the trip short. I mean, I was only buying kind of like one-way tickets. I was booking stuff out like same day, 3 days in advance. Maybe the next country I had to book out because sometimes they had to like you can't go to the Philippines without a ticket out of the Philippines, right? So, but like I did, and the hikes in Oahu were aggressive, like narrow ridge hikes. Like there's ropes and like rocks, and it was like wet and muddy. Beautiful, some great hikes, but also a little sketchy for just a hike a couple of times. But yeah, I bailed on Hawaii early, didn't go to any other island. Did like a day and a half back in Orange County just to play some pickleball. Really, I missed it, and that was super fun, even though I'm rusty. And I've been in Portland ever since, and yeah, getting ready for Peace Corps, about to change my life dramatically from like mixing it up every day, hiking, running, adventure stuff, mountain biking, some mountain biking in New Zealand, to like 3 months of training and like living with a homestay in a village and like semi-poverty.